So welcome to the Lighthouse for another IP meditation session. So for the work for today, I would like to take a really clear look at the mandala of the mind. And it's possible that the word mandala might be new in your lexicon. Mandala in the East means a diagram of the universe. You know, the Buddhists and the Hindus, and certainly many other traditions as well, create these elaborate diagrams of the universe and of the goings on within the universe. And they're really exquisite works of art in and of themselves, but they're intended to be something larger than simply a work of art. They are diagrams to be contemplated. And when the viewer is contemplating the diagram of the mandala, the fruit, the result of that contemplation is a mind cleaning. And so the contemplation of a mandala is similar to the utilization of a mantra when engaging in some kind of sound meditation. So our mind is also a mandala, a circular design. And the mind as a tool, the mind as a diagram, the mind as a link, its energy can either be used creatively or destructively. And so for today's work, I want to unpack some meditations that are going to help us to use the medicine and the momentum and the power of the mind as creatively and as constructively as possible. It's our mind that is the link to the infinite, and it's the way in which we use our mind that governs whether or not we get locked into the frequencies of fate, or if we become communicators, if we speak the language of destiny. Fate can be the entropy of our existence, and destiny is the wave of grace, right? And so we want to constantly be making this shift, this quantum leap, making the quantum leap. So let's begin. I'm going to turn this tranquil music off. Let's begin with one of the integrative practices, building block meditations, which is the shoulder shrug. So you're going to lift your shoulders and then drop your shoulders, and we're going to do it with a breath of fire here in a second. But I want you to be minded towards cleaning up the landscape of your subconscious mind as you're doing this, so as to get up and out of any kind of ill communication, even at the subtlest level that might be having its way inside of your perceptions and inside of your psyche. There is a lot of this going on in the world right now. So may we cultivate the boundless attitudes of joy and compassion and empathy and love. So you're going to inhale and then you're going to exhale. And we're going to do this for a few minutes, okay? So go ahead and sit up nice and straight. Inhale and then exhale. So lifting the life force up through the spine in a way that's cleaning up the mandala of the mind. Cleaning up the mandala of the mind. So your mind is a tool for magnetizing the creative expression of dharma and of destiny. Let the repetitive, dynamic gesture get into the mainframe of your whole being, opening the organism. let your eyes be closed down and feel the wave patterns of energy in the inner umbilical cord of your spinal energy. Feel the mandala of the mind expanding. Your mind, your link between your human existence and the boundless. Let this set get into every living system of your body. Let it catalyze an upgrade, giving you access to insight dimensions that maybe weren't available even just 5 minutes ago. Take it a little bit deeper. You're more than halfway through. Stay the course. Keep up. Cleaning out the landscape of the subconscious mind. So you're here, fresh, now, in this moment, naked awareness. Good. And then bring the practice to a close. So moving right along into the second meditation. I have a lot of terrain I want to cover today, so we'll just keep it in the flow. You're going to create Gyan Mudra, which is the mudra. So many weeks ago, I taught all the mudras for the hands and what it means and what it activates for us when we press on the individual fingers. Today, we're just going to conjoin the thumb with the tips of the index fingers. And this is Gyan Mudra, which is cultivating wisdom, which is always a worthy point of focus. So you're going to have the Gyan Mudra on both sides of the body, at about, by and large, at about the level of the shoulders, okay? So what we're going to be doing is pressurizing the seventh rib alternately on one side of the body at a time. So as you're pressurizing the seventh rib on the right side of your body, you're going to be activating and governing the flow of life energy on the Ida Nadi, which is the left nostril and the left side of the spinal column, okay? So as you pressurize the right side of the ribs, you're opening up the corridor on the left side. And then as you pressurize the seventh rib on the left side, you're opening up and cultivating governance on the right side, which is what's called the Pingala Nadi. Okay, so the Pingala side of the nadis are these rivers, these roadways of energy in your physical molecular body. And also they have a huge direct link to your energy body. So your Pingala is kind of your masculine solar channel that has to do with everything out-breath oriented. Okay, and then the Ida Nadi is the more feminine, lunar, left-sided yin aspect of your energy channels. Okay, and that has to do with the inflow. So in absolutely every meditation that we work through, we are cultivating harmonization and an elevation of flow in the way energy is moving out and the way energy can move in, so that we can generate, organize, and deliver in ways that are more effective and in ways that are more efficient and fast and so forth. So what you're going to do, and this is I promise this will feel a little bit challenging, this particular meditation. It'll feel challenging, particularly at the beginning. So you're going to pressurize the right ribs and getting into that seventh rib while holding the Gyan Mudra on both sides. So you've got this asymmetry going on. So I'm pressurizing the right, and then I'm going to feel the breath moving into the left nostril. And then as I breathe also out of the left nostril, I'm going to come back up to balance. And then at completion of that out breath, I'm going to cultivate a little bit of the Uddiyana Bandh. So I'm going to lift from the pelvic floor up into the ball of the belly and up towards the bottom of the heart, towards the roof of the mouth, crown of the head, and beyond, okay? And then I'm going to pressurize the left side of my ribs. So notice how the whole structure of my upper body is tipping. I'm pressurizing, and then I'm going to breathe through my right nostril. And you may be like, hey lady, you know, I can't articulate the flow of my breath, but that's why we do this stuff for a little while, right? Because the longer we stay in it, the deeper we go to it, and the more the hidden corridors begin to open for us, and we find that narrow road to the space within, okay? And then we can start moving the breath at our command. So we're going to get into it here in just a second, but I want to remind you, you know, these kinds of meditations, it's the work of dharma. So two of my teachers like to speak about dharma in a similar way, in a different way, but in a similar way. One of them says, you know, do your dharma like the building is on fire. And another teacher says, do your dharma like your hair is on fire. And I love this because there's an immediate sense of urgency. And I don't know if any of you have ever had your hair on fire, but I can speak from experience that I used to, many years ago, I had dreadlocks down to my waist, and then I cut them off. And I went camping for a week to commune with the elements in this big transition cycle of my life. And I was camping and was igniting the camping stove, and I had just gotten rid of absolutely all of the hair on my head, but I managed to light my eyebrow on fire. Let me tell you, that is a very scary experience when there's fire that close to your eye. And so not only was I nearly bald, but then I had singed my eyebrow off, which was really quite a hot look. But, you know, if your hair is on fire, you're going to do something about it without hesitation right away, full power. Okay, so if we're doing our dharma, if we are attending to truth like our hair is on fire, then it means that we're bringing the whole mandala of our mind to the power of the moment in the most life-giving way available. And so that's the way that we also want to engage in the meditations, as if our hair is on fire, as if the building that we're in is on fire. What are you going to do about it, right? So really have that sense of totality and curiosity and commitment and devotion to dharma and to the language of destiny as you're doing this meditation. I am going to call us through many of the articulations, so you can follow my words. Create the Gyan Mudra. And pressurize the right side of the rib cage. Get into the ribs. Press, press, press. I know it's not easy. Press, and then feel the flow of inhale coming up, the fiery in-breath through the left nostril. Up into the mandala of the mind. Perfume the mind with oneness. And then as you exhale out of the left nostril, let the right arm hover back up. Your eyes can stay closed as you do this meditation. Now press the left arm and elbow into the ribs. Pressurize, pressurize, pressurize. Breathing in, fire stream of breath moving in the right nostril. Hold it there for a moment. And then float the left arm up. Really articulate through the Gyan Mudra and then cultivate a hollowing out in the vessel of the belly. Tip the right elbow and upper arm into the ribs, pressurizing the seventh rib, activating and opening the corridor of the Ida Nadi. Breathe deep, please. Fire medicine, fire washing. The left nostril, the left side of the brain, the left side of the spine. Yin power. And then exhale, float the arm up and lift the abdomen up. The abdomen is lifting on empty, so there's no breath residue in the body. Left elbow in, pressurize, pressurize, pressurize. Breathing through the right. Exhale. Squeeze at the pelvic floor, lift it up towards the ball of the belly, towards the diaphragm. And press the right, breathe through the left. Hold. Float the right arm back up, exhale out of the left. Lift the belly. Left elbow in. Breathe through the right. Exhale through the right. Lift the ball of the belly. Relax the abs, press through the right. Breathe through the left. Exhale left, lift the right arm. At the completion of the out breath, squeeze at the pelvic floor and lift. Good. So weave your fingers together, please. Keep the thumbs free and then hover your hands and your arms up above your head. And you're going to breathe long, deep, elegant, smooth breaths in and then immediately out while circling your thumbs back. Strong back, soft front, open, wild heart. Witnessing the design of the mind, the diagram of the mind, linking the movements of the diaphragm with the diagram of your mind. So your mind can be used as a most magnetic and most remarkable, magnificent tool for creative, dharmic, destiny-oriented expression. The level of thought and action, the level of will and knowledge. Strong back, soft front, wild heart. Okay, now press the palms up. You're going to pressurize through the base of the wrist. It looks like my wrists are maybe out of the filming frame, but I'm lifting up from the seventh ribs all the way up to the base of the wrist, pressing through the long body, pressing through the meditative mind in the dream state of the long body into the roof of the world. Relax the shoulders down, press the arms up higher. One more breath. And then float the arms out to the side. the dishwasher exhaling. Good. So we're going to do one last meditation. We're going to work through this beautiful form. I'm going to be singing a mantra that is going to help us in this difficult time that we seem to be suspended in. I am watching it in my professional life, and even in largely in my personal life, how many people are being served the opportunity to unpack big learnings around communication and ill communication. Okay, so when we get done with this journey of life, we don't take our stuff with us, we don't take our loved ones with us, but energetically what we take with us are the merits of the meditative mind that we have cultivated. And we can take those merits while we're living into every facet of our life as well. And every kind of practice gives you a different kind of frequency. And people who meditate a lot, like, you can see it in them. It's almost like they are emitting the frequencies. You can almost hear the sound of the mantra, of the song that is their focal point. If you tune in at the level of the subtle and the sublime, you can hear that in a person. So this particular meditation is going to help us to become better communicators, really ripe communicators, so that we can carry forth the accumulated accomplishments, that are in the mandala of our meditative minds. That's what we take with us. Just this diagram, that's what goes with us. And it's resonating with truth. Or it can be resonating with chaos too. Absolutely every time you meditate, you're creating that quantum leap. You're catalyzing the shift so that it's resonating the right kind of information. The kind of information that the infinite wants to team up with. So, okay, you are going to create this mudra. You're going to conjoin the thumb with the tip of the middle and the ring finger. And then you're going to extend like antennae, extend the index finger and the pinky finger. So the index and pinky fingers of both the left and right hand are going to plug in sort of to the docking station of the sternum and heart center region in the body. And then you're going to take one arm up and then bring it in, and then another arm up. Okay, and we're just going to keep it simply like this. We're going to charge the electromagnetic field around our body so that it can really carefully carry the accumulated accomplishments of the meditative mandala mind. Okay, so inhaling, exhaling, and exhaling. Sound good? So we'll stay in this for a few minutes, just doing a time check. every face of dharma has some aspect, some element of emptiness. Exhale into emptiness. And just quickly before I sign off, recognize that the work of awakening is an every moment, every day kind of job. To be engaging in the language of destiny, to be doing dharma as if the building is on fire, as if your house is on fire. There aren't any days off. There are no holidays. Every moment matters. And so we want to ask ourselves every